I hope everybody's doing okay. I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. Hope everybody had a wonderful and safe holiday. Let's see what messages we have for the next 3 days. This will be for anybody who's already aware they're on an Ascension Journey and going through an awakening process. It'll tell us what kind of things that we can expect, what kind of energies we may be going through within the next few days. So a lot of us are coming into the energy of the Emperor. We're becoming more stable. Maybe even some of us are getting to this place of really knowing exactly what we want. And this could be in anything to do with our life, but knowing exactly what we want. I do feel like there's even some powerful influence that may be around you, or maybe you yourself are the powerful influence, but whatever this influence is helping to bring balance into your life. So whatever the situation is that you may have been thinking about before I started doing this reading, or before you started watching the reading, or what have you, just know that whatever that situation is, it's becoming more stable because of some sort of influence that may be around you, or maybe you are the influence, changing a lot of things or making a lot of things happen. So, you know, you are what is influencing this change. However, there is some very powerful, influential, is what I'm hearing, information coming your way. This could be through just awarenesses that are brought to the situation in multiple ways. Maybe somebody says something or does something, or maybe, you know, your boss or a romantic partner tells you something that's going to help you to want to move into a different direction. However, what I am feeling is like many of you are in this energy of feeling deceived, feeling like things are being lied about, or maybe things aren't going exactly the way that the universe told you that they were going to go, and maybe that's a little bit disturbing or distracting to you. However, I'm feeling that it's time to take the blinders off, the blindfold, so to speak, just like is in this picture, and start facing things head on. For many of us, this is broken hearts that we need to mend from our past. I do not feel a third-party situation. If you're somebody who is you know, questioning whether or not this reading has to do with a relationship, I am not feeling a third party situation. If there is, I don't feel like it's a human being that's the third party. It may be some sort of fear, doubt, or insecurity, or something of that sort. However, we do have the Page of Swords, which tells me that some of us may be trying to pry our eyes into places that they don't need to be. Maybe Spirit has not moved 2, 3, 4. Look that up on Sacred Scribes, but maybe Spirit hasn't moved a certain situation in the direction that you're wanting to, because there's something that still needs to be seen. For many of you, this could be an energy of, for whatever reason, I'm feeling guilt and shame, something to do from the past, guilt and shame. But what I'm getting is feeling that you have to watch your next step, or watch what you say, or watch what you do, or something of that sort. But I feel like this energy of feeling like you need to do that in this situation that this is referring to, whether or not it's like a career situation, a relationship situation, or whatever it may be, the feeling of needing to watch your back or what have you is coming from some sort of rooted trauma from the past. This is deception that's happened in the past. Maybe somebody cheated on you, or maybe there was a time when you had just a lot of trauma, and that trauma caused you to not see things clearly in a situation. But I'm feeling like many of you, this is really focused on connections with others. It could be a job, career path, it could be referring to, but I feel like a lot of this has to do with stability, or the feeling of not having stability in a connection. But what I'm feeling is that it's an illusion. It's not that you don't have the stability. It's that not having stability is an illusion, is what I am feeling. Because the very next card after this Two of Swords is the Nine of Pentacles, which is talking about a change for the better. I'm feeling like if you had the weight of the world on your shoulders, this is saying that there's now going to be some sort of peace of mind, a feeling like you can just relax. Okay, so I feel like a lot of that awareness that I was talking about in the very beginning of this reading is talking about truth, understanding that will help you to see things differently. Because I really feel with these three cards that there's a lot of deceptive type of energy, but I feel like the deceptive type of energy is you feeding into fears from trauma from the past, trauma that may have happened that's made you feel like if I go in this direction now, then it's going to be something that repeats, okay? And so to keep yourself from repeating that type of energy, many of you have put some sort of wall or boundary up to where you're not allowing things to just flow. You're not allowing things to just move in the directions that they need to move. And, you know, so once you take off these blinders, whether that blinder is that you let the wall down or that you just have walk out in blind faith, or maybe taking the blinders off literally means like you need to see things in a different perspective. So just back away from the situation for just a moment and see what kind of clarity that is brought to you. Okay, once that clarity is brought, contentment, okay, peace of mind, a feeling of stillness is what I'm hearing. So, they're taking me back to the High Priestess, which is instantly making me think of balance, okay? And anytime I think of balance, I think of the opposite, chaos, unbalance. So anytime we are going through something that is shifting and changing, there's a lot of chaos, a lot of triggering, a lot of things that have to do with like moving things out of the way. And I feel like for many of us, we're kind of straddling the fence right now. We're in the middle of this black and white. We're in the gray part. Okay. So we're seeing things as they are. However, we may feel like there's a little bit of deception or there's something that we can't trust due to past. So getting ourselves out of that past energy so that we can move forward in this new energy is the goal. The feeling of duality is probably being felt right now is what I'm getting. So we do have the Hangman. This is right under the Emperor, which makes me feel like if you take a step back from whatever the situation is, whether it be a job, a career path, you know, your spiritual life, something just happening in your home or what have you, take a step back and just look at things. See how far it's progressed. You know, was day one a lot different than this day to day? Is it better or is it worse? If it's worse, then maybe you do need to walk away from this career path, this whatever person. For many of you, I feel like this is a connection with people or some sort of connection. You know, taking a step back and seeing how far you've came, and if things have progressed instead of gotten worse, then if they've progressed, then, you know, it's just an illusion. All of these things are telling you that to not go in that direction are just lies. It's something meant to distract you, or it's meant to see, do you really want what you've asked for? Okay, how faithful are you going to be? Are you going to still act as if it's already there? Are you still going to speak as if it's already there? Are you still going to do whatever you have to do to push forward in this situation? Are you going to continue to be positive and speak positive about it? So, you know, these are things that you need to ask yourself, and keep pushing is what I'm feeling. Like, just keep pushing, because that peace is coming. I'm feeling a surrender, a deep surrender for somebody. Some of you may still be waiting for your ship to come in. This could be money, riches, an inheritance. This could be waiting for your soulmate to come. Maybe a union with your twin flame. But I feel like a period of waiting. And I don't feel like it's necessarily a bad waiting, because I feel like while you're waiting, you're doing what you need to do for you. It's almost like self is the most important. You're the biggest priority is what I'm feeling. So that's a good place to be. What other, not these cards, which cards I got to, thank you. What other messages do you have for us for the next few days, please, for all those who are already aware they're on Ascension Journey? I'm not supposed to take all these, or am I? Okay, I didn't think so. All right, guys, so we have... All right, so the void is coming out, which doesn't surprise me any. A lot of my videos lately have been talking about 0 point energy. That's that energy where you feel bliss, you feel everything and nothing at the same time. You feel like you are the universe, or you are the creator is you. It's a place of divine manifestation, divine healing. You know, it's endless possibilities when you get connected with 0 point energy and stay connected with it. I don't know if the Kundalini energy and 0 point energy are the same thing, but they kind of go hand in hand for me. Once I started working with my Kundalini energy, I started getting directed to work with 0 point energy and meditate to a place where I was allowing spirit to overtake my breath. And you know, when I was breathing, it wasn't me breathing for me. It wasn't my human taking that breath. It was spirit taking the breath for me. So somebody, many of you are probably in that energy of being connected with either Kundalini energy or 0 point energy, or the need for getting connected with those is probably highly important. I'm hearing yes on both of those things. But we do have the divine feminine. So a lot of you are probably tapping into the energy of the divine feminine. Even if you're a masculine or you're a feminine or a female now, it doesn't really matter, because we both possess masculine and feminine energies. Some of us are more balanced or more aligned with the feminine or the masculine aspect, but the goal is to be balanced in both of these. But what I'm feeling here is that many of you are very, very connected with the divine feminine energy, which is that part of you that is highly intuitive, highly developed and connected with your intuition, your clairaudience, clairsentience, things of that sort, all of the clair gifts, anything that has to do with connection with spirit and the angels and the spirit realm, things of that sort. So what I'm feeling is, for many of you, there's a major transition that is helping you to, first and foremost, I'm feeling this connection of oneness, stillness. Stillness is 0 point energy as well. So even if there's chaos that's going on around you, you're just like, it is what it is. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to get through it. I have faith. Whatever it is that you say, you stay positive about it. Because I am feeling like many of you, you have the clarity that you need to just sit tight, even though you're in this period of waiting and seeing how things are going to turn out. Even though Spirit's telling you they're going to turn out, you can still have those doubts, fears, and insecurities that tell you it probably won't, because something of the past tells you it won't. But what I'm feeling right now is the clarity is there. You already know that whatever it is, it's yours. Okay, whatever it is, whether it be a person, a career, a job, whatever it may be, it's yours. Okay, the balance is coming. Right now, we can only see one of the balances, so it's a little out of balance. That's what this card is telling you, which makes sense with all the cards above it. So this is a time of getting yourself back together. This is a time of self-love, self-care, figuring out what self wants. You know, a lot of us are thinking about what we accomplished throughout the year, what we didn't accomplish throughout the year, what we want to accomplish in the next year. But Spirit is asking you to remind yourself that it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. So allow yourself to be fully in the process of whatever your journey is, and try not to, or either ask Spirit to give you the experiences that will help you to learn how to not over or underreact to a situation, how to not put the walls up that'll keep you from receiving that in which you are asking for in the first place. Because I do feel like a lot of us have these walls up. As soon as that miracle comes, or as soon as that job has called, you're like, oh, I don't think I want it now. It may not be for me. Why? You asked for it. The universe rearranged all kinds of stuff so that you can have it. Things started to come into alignment and balance, and now you don't want it. Well, that's those fears, doubts, and insecurities that are creeping in. So that's when the need for really pushing into this area of blind faith, and also meditating and getting to this energy of 0 point energy. Because when you get there, guys, and you start staying in this energy, anything can go wrong and you're still going to be happy and know that everything's going to turn out. Why? Because you're connected like that, and you know that no matter what it is that you're thinking about, as long as you're staying positive and doing and taking the suggestions that Spirit's given you through your intuition, through your internal knowings, through signs and synchronistic events, whatever it may be, readings, as long as you're following that direction, it always works out. It always happens exactly how your intuition or your visions or whatever it is that's told you. Okay, remember, you're tapped into this divine feminine energy, which is that intuitive part of you, that part of you that feels things out, meaning feels the energy as well as feels with your emotions. So things can't go wrong if you're completely trusting in those things. Revamping. Connection with the inner self or higher self is what I'm feeling right now with this resurrection card. I'm feeling many of you are getting reconnected, or I'm hearing interconnected. So I feel like an internal connection, which 0 point energy, that feels like it could feel like an external connection as well. But it's one of those things that as you start to take yourself inside, you just feel like you are nothing anymore. You don't exist. It feels like your body's no longer there, that you're just energy. You're just love. Okay, so Solo Magic is talking about connection with what I'm feeling is ourself. But what I mean by connection with ourself is taking and diving deeper with higher self, Holy Spirit, if you want to call it, that internal voice that you hear that gives you, your guidance when you're asking questions. That voice that sounds just like yours that answers, it might not be yours that's answering. And what I'm feeling is some of you are tapping into connection with the inner self, 0 point energy, things like, for whatever reason, I'm seeing solar plexus and sacral chakra as well. So maybe you're being guided to watch those as well. But connection with the internal part of you, that internal dialogue is, thank you, dialogue. I couldn't get out what they were trying to tell me, but this internal dialogue. Many of you may be finding out there, starseed, the need for connecting with different star systems at this time, finding out different information about what those beings may go through in those star systems, what kind of technology they have, or, maybe even what dimension they, I don't know if it's existent, if that's the right way of putting it, or what have you, but something to do with the dimensions is what I'm hearing. But I'm getting a almost like this piece that's coming from finding out where you came from. Okay, this isn't going to resonate with everybody. For those of you who, when I say starseed, you're like, oh, I want to find out about that, or it's just this internal calling to know more about it. You're probably a starseed. You're probably somebody that is connected with other planets, helped other planets to evolve way before you even thought about coming to Earth. So this awakening, this understanding that happens with this is also helping you to connect with this void, the 0 point energy. This is not a bad void. This is a very good void to be in. Okay, guys. I didn't even see this card here. Revelation. This is sorcery. This is also about magic as well. So a lot of things that are happening at this time are bringing on energies of miracles or blessings, so to speak, is what I'm getting with this. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have for us, please, for the next few days? Okay, so the next card that we have is caution. So there's something that you're being asked to look at a little bit differently. I feel like most of us, this is the need for not self-sabotaging, not sabotaging the job or the relationship or the whatever it is that you've been asking for this whole time, by allowing these fears, doubts, and insecurities to cause you to put walls up. Spirit saying, don't do that. If you need to do anything, isolate. This is a card saying, don't do what you want to do. Instead, isolate yourself. Don't say it. Don't act in that way. Don't do whatever it is that you feel like you wanted to do out of that fear, doubt, and insecurity. Because I feel like many of us are capable of sabotaging something that Spirit is trying to reward us with or bless us with, or maybe it's a manifestation that you already manifested and is just waiting right there, waiting for you to bring that wall down. So a big caution when it comes to any connection with spirit, with human, it doesn't matter. This is a double 6. It's about connections, okay? Don't sabotage it. Get in isolation. If that isolation means that you need to meditate, then meditate. If it just means that you're walking away from somebody so you don't act a fool, or you don't say something or do something you shouldn't do, because why? You manifested this. Now it's going to start challenging you a little bit, because why? You got it. You didn't think that you was going to get it. Maybe even though you had all dreams and desires to get it, once it got here, it fed you full of fear. So there's something to still work through. Isolation is very much needed instead of over or underreacting. Overreacting is what I'm really feeling with this. Let's see what else I got. Yeah, so major transformation. This is a discrimination card, and it doesn't mean anything to do with discrimination. It's about transformation and a major transformation. I'm feeling metaphysical heart surgery for some of you. So the removal or the clearing of old trauma, anything that has to do with past love, maybe even death of a loved one. It's clearing. That's the transformation that's happening right now. And it may be happening for you and another party involved. So order and balance is coming. This is a card saying that things are being put into order. So there's nothing that you need to worry about. And the birth of something new This is the very last card, the birth of something new. This is creation. This is fertility in something. This is somebody having a baby, maybe even. But what I'm getting from this is whatever is happening right now. We have 1, 2, I can't make this up. 1, 2, 6, 6, I mean, 4 sixes in a row. 4 sixes right in a row, guys. Connection, relationship, also about balance. Sixes are balance. But connection is what I'm getting. Relationships, things of that sort. But things are coming into order, guys. It's transforming. And at the end of the tunnel is fertility in whatever the situation is. I am a special treasure. Know that. I just heard know that. I am successful in all that I do. I am powerful. I have the power to create positive change. And I am unconditional love. Today I will manifest changes necessary to become a non-judgmental person. My dormant DNA is awakening. I will now remember who I am, where I came from, understanding the divinity within me. Today, I will send, gaze, and receive upgrades to my DNA. I will get connected with the divine source, God, angels, while sun gazing. My consciousness will expand. I was told one more, and then I'll let you guys go. I am unconditional love. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow if you don't already. If you're interested in either a free reading or a paid reading, please go follow me on my Facebook group, which is Healings, Readings, Empowerment, and More. Once you are a member, I will be able to see your comments, and you can participate in any live event that I do. I do readings on there. Like I said, either free and paid readings. So if you want to be a member, please go check that out. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Much love to you guys. Bye.